Welcome to the Mavens Do It Better podcast. And now, your host, Heather Newman.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Mavens Do It Better podcast. This is an on-the-fly interview podcast version. On January 19th, I was at the Women's March in Los Angeles, and I had a moment to catch up with the creator of the Fearless Girl bronze statue that was originally installed March 7th, 2017 at Bowling Green in the financial district of Manhattan, New York City. As many of you know, the Fearless Girl was put across from the bull there in New York, and the Fearless Girl traveled to the Women's March Los Angeles. So we got to see her on our coast, and we got to take pictures with her, and it was really cool. And then I had the great fortune of running into Kristen Visbal, who was one of the artists commissioned to create the sculpture. And so I had a chance to say hello to her and ask her about the creative process and how it came about and what the Fearless Girl means. And originally it was commissioned by the State Street Global Advisors via McCann, New York. So anyway, this is a on-the-fly interview that we did with Kristen, and I hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun talking to her. Cheers.
Will you tell you the inspiration for it?
So it wasn't my idea. A friend of mine met that. She calls me up and she's like, we have this client. They want to put this little girl. They want you to make a little girl sculpture. And I'm like, I'm kind of done making children's sculptures, right? No, you need to do this for your career. And as an apprentice in New Jersey, I was making children's works at the foundry when I was studying lost wax casting.
Okay.
So I said, all right, have this guy call me. And he sends me a compiled image off the net of Charging Bull and this little girl.
Oh, wow. She's
got braids and a little dress and sandals on. And I burst out laughing. And he's like, she's facing down the bull, the little tiny girl. And he's like, can you make that by the end of December? And it's November 30 or something. And I said, oh, yeah, I can. And I'm thinking, then I find out it's going to go to Wall Street, right? So I meet the girls who conceived of the idea at McCann, New York. And the advertising industry is predominantly a male Caucasian industry. And they felt like they were not really being heard, their ideas. And there was Charging Bull sitting there for 29 years, who's supposed to be the strength of the American people, the strength of the financial market, but that over time had become representative of the old boys club on Wall Street, and women not being promoted, not getting the salaries that they deserved, right?
Yep.
Equal pay for equal work. So we wanted to place the work in celebration of International Women's Day, but we were only going to put her there for 4 days. So we started this committee process on the phone where we were brainstorming, and we wanted a child that looked like today's child. So we put high tops on her and the simplified dress, and I did 11 sketches, all these different hairstyles, and we landed on a ponytail because that could be a professional style for an adult woman. And we wanted a child that, was really strong. So I actually referenced the Wonder Woman pose. And we wanted a child so that we would be making a statement about the future of business with women in it.
Right.
Women's future in business, right? That was the whole point. Then we spent a lot of time on the fact that we did not, when I first had my model, I said, come on, Ellie, imagine being strong in front of a great big bull. And she makes this pout, right? Kind of belligerent. And so we, as a committee, were like, no. We don't want the anger. We just want strength. So I toned it down. If you look at Fearless Girl, she's strong, not belligerent. Yep. She knows who she is. She's not worried about the size of that big bull, or the old boys club, or the traditional business world. She's ready to take it on. And, she's clever. She's smart. Yep. She can do it. So what happened was, we were celebrating women celebrating International Women's Day, telling little girls that they could do and be anything that they wanted to be. But then State Street Global Advisors makes public all these 6 or 7 years of gender diversity studies, and you have to read the studies. So over and over and over, all these different companies are saying the same thing. Hey, there are more profitable decisions. There are better decisions. They're creating a better environment, men and women together. Companies are less litigious when women are involved. Okay?
Have you read any of those?
Just go in and say gender diversity studies.
Wrote them?
There's a great book by Carolyn Maloney, who's, as you know, in Congress. And she wrote a book, Rumors of Our Progress Are Seriously Overrated. And she has study after study in there that when women run things, everything changes. The agenda changes. It's about growth and education and welfare and goodness and camaraderie and agreement and letting good ideas surface.
Right. Yeah. And so these studies came out.
Right. I met Carolyn, by the way. Very nice. And we did. She invited me to come and speak. Yeah.
I think she was photographed with the girl, wasn't she?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So the studies came out.
Yeah.
And, someone I just spoke to said, people just don't read enough. We as women, we are obligated to go out there, and men, and read these studies. In fact, I'm always speaking to women. I really need to be speaking to men, because the studies show that we're this perfect balance. See, we're not the same, okay? The Brainscape study shows that there's 100 differences between men and women in stressful situations, in problem solving.
Yeah.
And we need each other. We're better together.
Absolutely.
And for the future of our global society, we have to get over any anger and division and start pulling together and start sending a new message and re-socializing our public to understand the benefits of diversity, and that we need to be looking for the best person for the job.
Absolutely.
So it has nothing to do with gender or color or anything else.
Well, and I think, I was watching the Netflix series, and they had they're having all these revolutionaries on, and telling their stories, and it seemed, I was a theater major. The art is part of our revolution and our rebellion and all of those things, and I love that you did this amazing project.
Thank you so much.
It was so great to see her here at the Women's March LA today. Tell everybody your full name and all that.
I'm Kristen Visbal, creator of Fearless Girl. I want you all to know that the idea was conceived by a lot of people. We had a committee of like 30 people, different cultural backgrounds, different colors, different genders, and we all pulled together and we made it happen. I'm the only one who made the clay, but we envisioned this together, right? And that's the whole point of Fearless Girl. Collaboration is better.
Yeah.
So lose the anger, pull together, teach the diversity message, teach it, and we will achieve the equality.
Absolutely. Hey, do you have a next project coming up?
I have, there is something brewing for New York, but I really want to write a children's book. That's what I want to do, that teaches some of these messages about diversity.
Awesome.
So that's what I'm busy with.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And
You're
lovely to
welcome.
meet you. And, what a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The original music on this podcast was created by Jesse Case.